but that has not mattered. Yoomoo rocking the Lemdog tag for LeMay. Shoutouts to LeMay. Recently picked up by UGS and one of the newest members of the PR panel. LeMay doing good stuff. And maybe sponsoring Yoomoo today, who knows? All right, so we're gonna see Ned's run back against Yoomoo, who is waiting in Winterside Grands. Sephiroth Mario, PS2.
All right, let's get to it.
My allegiances lie exactly where you'd expect. PPA looking to take another tournament, this time over a probable PGR player.
We'll have to find out. Both of them have been playing so well over the past couple of weeks. Trading blows every which way, so.
Yeah, Yoomoo finally coming out and competing. He was taking some time just like to chill, you know, just to vibe, like not to necessarily go to things for competition, but more to just see people. And today, I think he was even questioning it a little bit today. He was like, you know what, I'm here, I'll play, let's do this. And so far, so good.
Turns out that's about as good as you can get at this point in the tournament. There's only one position that's better, and that's being getting the big dub. So,
all right, and that Flood doing a ton of work already. Yoomoo notorious for using Flood, probably better than any Mario I've ever seen. He doesn't just use it to like go for, oh, I'm gonna push you back when you're off stage. He uses it just in neutral to be like, all right, stage control is now mine. I'll put you back in the corner, and I'll go from there. And
you know what I just realized about Flood? So when it's fully charged, Mario glows, right?
Yeah.
Okay, well, okay, forward tilts will get the job done here for Ned. He obviously wasn't fooled as much about this as I was. But when Mario's hanging from the ledge and he's got Flood charge, it's almost impossible to tell when he loses his ledge invulnerability.
Yeah, Mario's really good. All right, Yoomoo double up tilt into shield. Crazy.
That's peak Yoomoo.
He sees this game so differently from the way other people play, and it's so refreshing. I love when people play what would be considered outside the norm, because Yoomoo really is just utilizing Mario's tools as strongly as you possibly can. And he's very content to just keep doing it. He wants to put you in disadvantage. He wants to maintain control. He wants to pin you in a corner and then just get that one read in the corner and kill you with whatever move, whether it's like a forward air or just like he'll, you know, up throw, up air, down beat, or down air, like down air go up the top. You know, he's got his style, and it works very well.
It's very like counter meta to Mario style, right? Where like you're considering going for, you know, your particularly labbed combo strings, but he's not going for that necessarily. However, it's not Yoomoo who's in the lead this game now, because Ned did clutch the second stock with another, I think it was a well-placed forward tilt. That's just going to be the story, right? Like, can Mario get past these forward tilts and these percents? So far, Ned's been looking good in that regard.
Oh, he went for the dash attack. He wanted to get up there and cape.
Oh, okay. That was like, no, I don't want to go in. I'm going to retreat instead. It's fine.
Ned is playing this set way more passively than he did the first set. Like, he's respecting Yoomoo's corner options and not trying to force anything. And it is working out really well in his favor. Yoomoo looking for the low recovery, throwing out a couple of fireballs. He gets a lot of characters from that far away. It's usually pretty safe to do. But Sephiroth, in Ned's case, going right at the ledge. Get a little bit of damage, gets him back. Ned gets the grab. They both went for the grab almost at the same time. Ned beat it out by a few frames. And now Ned looking to run away with this. This particular game, Yoomoo unable
literally run away with this as he dashes backwards. Because, again, as you mentioned, he does not need to approach in this position. He's where Mario can struggle.
Back throw, not quite yet. There's the Flood.
Oh, trading fireballs.
And that attack will kill. Another thing Yoomoo has not been afraid to go for is those like dash attack kills when he does get opponents at too high of a percentage. He's gotten a few of those over the course of this tournament when he's been on stream for sure. But this is scary for Ned, actually. You'd think it wouldn't be. But like one crazy Mario combo can just blow up a character like Sephiroth if Yoomoo can get off ledge.
That Nair could be the opening he needs, but no, not quite yet. Instead, Ned will turn it back around.
No, he didn't want to fish after the Nair. Ned looking for the falling up air. forward tilts have been working well, and he's just not been going for him now, and he got caught with a falling up air. All right, knowing wisely that he couldn't finish that with a stock, so he was fine just landing and not being in disadvantage after the combo. And he will catch him with the F smash on the deck getup and take the stock. Nice read in the corner, and there it is, that corner pressure, get the opponent near the ledge, and take the stock with whatever move he sees fit at that time. Yoomoo with a 1-0 lead.
That was 2 neutral wins on that stock to just get it done. The first one led to 60. It didn't lead to the KO, but Yoomoo wisely backed off and understood, like, again, how far he can take this character and how far he can take this versus someone who knows how to play a disadvantage as well as he does, right? And then turn around the advantage state the other way across with a quick nair in the center of the stage, seal the deal with the F smash and the tech chase.
So over the course of quarantine, I have gotten to play against 3 players almost non-stop over the last 2 years. And Yoomoo, to my fortunate blessings, has been one of them. I've learned a ton about this game from him, and I believe that his best attribute in this game is knowing exactly when he can maximize the combos and never overextending himself when in advantage state, when it may not have connected. Like, he's not looking for the, you know, catch you napping type of combos. He's looking for the things he knows will connect just to make it so that he gets that absolute maximum punishment. And that was what happened that last game. He said, you know, 2 interactions, he got the 60 damage. He didn't chase after that 3rd up air. He reset the situation and said, all right, I think I know what I'm going to catch this, but going a little too low.
He had a jump. I don't know why he didn't make that back.
Maybe the jump got eaten beforehand somehow. Maybe he thought he had one and it just wasn't there. You know, that can happen in these games.
Really quite strange.
Yoomoo also, we talked about him taking a different approach this game. He never fast falls. Never. Just watch. Oh, he got caught and then fine with trading there. All right. I love how Yoomoo's immediate reaction was the charge flip. Like, all right, you're going to do that to me. I've got some plans. Oh, uh-oh.
No, ending with a nair instead. And the nair actually gave Yoomoo more stage control than continuing with a couple of up airs. So that was the point of that. Especially, again, knowing that he wouldn't be able to get the kill off of that particular up air string.
Yeah, he has gotten a few of those. Ned was DIing differently in the first set, and he was getting kills with down air off the top. He got a pair of those in the last game when he won Winners Finals. Wasn't able to get it in that situation. That mixed up the DI a little bit.
Well, just like in Smash 4, that down air is just a move that scales with Rage a ton. So at 100 plus now on this stock, down air will definitely kill off of the next ladder, assuming Yoomoo can get this first stock another way, but it's not going to happen because, well, the counter said no.
Yeah, counter said no. Ned playing very, very well to his own strengths in that particular game. He was spacing incredibly well. He was completely content to take the longest amount of sword that he could hit with, like as far away as possible. Get those tipper-looking F-tilts and fairs and everything he could to rack up damage. And then as soon as he hit that up off stage, where you just be like, all right, Mario, you have 1 stock left. He was completely content, just never approaching, never getting caught with any kind of falling or rising up air. Nothing. Great way to seal out game 2, and now Ned evening out the stock as he is adapting so well to Yoomoo's very good play style.
I'm sure in Ned's mind that game 2 is like how he thought game 1 should have ended, but then he just let Mario hang around just a little bit too long, and then as soon as you let him hang around for like a second longer than he should, he finds that opportunity, which is good on Yoomoo for the clutch, right? But we'll have to see how this game number 3 plays out. This might just be another one of those sets where they're all on Stadium. Seems to be the case so far.
Yeah, the more I think about this game and the more I see good players play, like the better the players, the less they care about stages. Like they'll just get to a point where they're like, PS2, yeah, sure, whatever.
That is the case and it isn't the case. It really depends on who you talk to. And it's also something that has to do with the scene. So like, it could just be a Chicago thing, a Midwest thing. Like Midwest, you know, was always Smash Full Start for the longest time in Smash 4.
That one made more sense to me, at least, in that game. In this game, it's weird that people love PS2 because it's by far the largest, or not by far, but it's the largest stage in the list. So like, what?
But here we are.
Here we are. People still love it. Oh, Yoomoo couldn't get the grab. I think he thought for sure he'd get the dash grab. off by pixels of that covering, and Ned getting the heavy punish to the tune of a full stock for that grab not connecting.
And again, looking for a grab there off of these whip up Bs.
All right, up and going through stage. Ned going to continue to press this lead, kind of just staying away from a lot of Yoomoo's options. Content always letting the sword just be there for him. All right, off stage, goes for the second up B into the ledge. But gets back aired, and that is a thing that you will see less consistently from Yoomoo, because he doesn't always like to fish for that. But a lot of Marios know that that back air's end lag being negligible, you can just spam that move super hard. And for Yoomoo, that will connect.
I also feel like that's just starting to be a thing. I think I saw that a little bit. Oh, that just killed!
Wow! And Yoomoo taking full control in this game, falling up air into Nair, kill you instantly.
Was that DI in? That had to be DI in, right?
I think that was just true.
No way.
Mario just kind of does that. Yoomoo does that so much that I've started to believe that stuff is actually just true. All right, and once again, knowing that he wouldn't be able to follow that up with too many more like up airs or whatever, waiting for the landing, catching the back air, putting that in the corner, and now Ned's at 80, 90. And suddenly, like, he was playing from ahead for like 2.5 minutes this game. And then for the last 30 seconds, he was playing from like a full stock behind. It just, in a blink of an eye.
It's Mario's burst. He's a bursty character that also just has a fundamentally sound game plan.
But in the meantime, Ned is going to seal the second stock out. And just like it was doable for Yoomoo in game 1, this is doable for Ned in game 3. We'll see if Yoomoo can do the opposite and actually close the lead. Or is Ned going to get a solid combo of his own, get the comeback, or just continue some solid neutral, as Ned is really known for doing? Looking for the F smash, like the great equalizer, but the cape ledge trump back air. Yoomoo not afraid to get out there. Ned has been kind of dangling by platform, or I'm sorry, by ledge a lot. He's the kind of player who's not afraid to like stay off stage. He'll poke the Sephiroth sword into the stage, whatever. And Yoomoo just like, all right, if you're going to stay on ledge, I'm going to punish you for it. I'm going to punish you to the tune of a game 3 victory.
I talked about that with Papa a little bit on our previous vlog, where I feel like more often than not at these like top levels of play, you'll see players save those ledge trump stocks for specifically the last stock of a game because they just want to let that habit build up over time. And it's like as soon as you get the timing down, like I'm not going to do that to get stock 1 because that's a hard timing to have. So I want to make sure it's like a predictable pattern.
Yeah, that's the highest level of conditioning that really can exist in this game, is the condition someone for the game-ending stock.
Yeah.
Not just like for the general rest of the set, but like for that just one moment. Conditioning's important in this game. I tell people all this time, this game is like 90% mental, 10% physical. And that was the mental game.
Okay, Yogi Berra. 90% of this game is 50% mental.
Tom. What? I said 90% of this game is 90% mental, 10% physical.
You're not aware. Okay. I'll tell you afterwards, because we have missed a whole stock.
I know who Yogi Bear is, but like most of our viewers may or may not. And
You ever hear the phrase, nobody goes there anymore, it's too crowded? Okay.
No.
Anyway.
Why are you older than me when you're not older than me? Okay.
Ned looking good so far in game number 4.
Yeah, Ned up a ton. He had a very clean stock, that first stock, that we didn't speak of at all, as if it never happened. But continuing to play well. The disadvantage hasn't been too bad. He's going to take some damage there. Yoomoo barely going to make it back.
I was a little worried about that drift, but Yoomoo was not.
No, knowing his limits. Yeah,
and
he's going to die to the Shadow Flare way out in the corner. Ned's shaking his head like, all right, I guess. Guess I earned that. But he's going to get F smash immediately. Not going to die. That wasn't the sweet spot, I don't think. Oh, Yoomoo going for the dash attack. Dash attack might have killed. I was, again, expecting Kate.
The dash attack should have killed there, though. It just wasn't quite on the mark.
Now with that back air, right in the back of Sephiroth's spine, getting drop kicked by Mario, the small Italian man. doing some serious damage to Sephiroth, but still down full stock for the moment. Up, double up tilt, playing some Smash 4 here.
They're really trying to keep him stuck on that platform.
You can see why. He's getting so much out of that platform. No, Ned's, all right, I can double up tilt too.
Might as well. Everyone wants to retreat to the platform right now. Oh, but the tech right there from Yoomoo will save him from a lot of headache on the up smash, but you know what? Won't save him for the game, because where are you going? Nowhere.
Nowhere to go. Yoomoo shaking his head like, yep, all right, you got me with the counter. That was a really bizarre last stock of that game, I will be honest.
So you know who Yogi Berra is?
Yes.
Have you ever heard of Yogi-isms?
Yes.
He was very quotable. He's a catcher for the Yankees, for people who don't know. He was very quotable for the dumb things he'd say. Like 90% of baseball is half mental.
Oh, what? Okay.
Or talking about a restaurant in New York. Nobody goes there anymore. It's too crowded. Things like that.
Yeah, I'm understanding now.
It's almost 1 a.m.
I am getting verbally punished for things that Yogi Berra said 40 years ago is what's happening. Why is this happening? Yeah, it's 100% on me. This is all my fault. Our combined age over here on this production side is 190 years old.
Correct.
All right, game 5 here in Grand Finals of Ignition. Look at Yoomoo once again looking to put this away. He's never been behind. He's always either been tied or ahead in game count. But Ned played very well that game 5. Yoomoo can shut this down right now, or Ned can force a whole nother set.
Yeah, it looks like Yoomoo is the one trying to slow it down a little bit right now. We're like looking to force Ned to throw out one of these aerials in a laggy spot. Because again, remember, Sephiroth's aerials are pretty laggy. Problem is they're also huge, so it can be really hard to opportunistically punish them. But there's a quick little up air strings in to even this thing up.
Yeah, he wanted to catch the landing Ned with another up air like late after, because that one going down, getting his jump back, coming back up, would have led to an immediate double jump down air kill. He's not afraid to just dash up and go for the up smash. Gets that up B just at the last hit of it. Tacking on damage in some strange ways and just lets it rip. Gonna take the stock. He's been spacing around Ned, but Ned gonna do the same and catch the full hop with the up smash. We got a 2-stock game here. These players just beating the crap out of each other when it comes to hard catches. Up throw. Yoomoo going for the forward air? Or he's gonna wait it out, gets down tilt into dash up. Looking for the up tilt read so that he could chase. Because if he had gotten that up air, he had up air nair, continue to get him off stage.
Yeah, it wouldn't have led onto the platform, I don't think, which would have been, again, that scary situation. But still would have been a pretty big win for Yoomoo. And now slowing it down again, but there's going to be Ned scraping his way to some stage control. But a whiffed grab is trouble here.
Oh, he went for it. Couldn't quite get it. Ned with what looked like some good SDI to get away from all of that.
Yeah, he ended up behind Mario on the dare. It was
Falling
pretty goofy.
Fireball into back air? All right, one of the things that is the coolest about Yoomoo's gameplay is just the way he's... Like, you don't always know what he's going for, but he always has this, like, strange plan that you wouldn't have seen. But Ned, his plan was pretty simple there. Catch you with falling up there and kill you.
Yep. You're really high on the screen. I'm going to up air you. You'll die. I want to reset this bracket.
Ned wants to reset this bracket, but he also knows in the back of his head, no lead is safe against this Mario. Very explosive, so he's getting some really good interactions here. Yoomoo's kind of strayed away from like the flood and like the charging it and utilizing it in neutral. Ned just hasn't been getting tricked by that much.
Ooh, and this is a bad spot. That might be the jump gone.
Yeah.
Yep.
That is it. That's going to do it. That will reset the bracket. We will have a second set. Ned shaking his head no. Like, what is going on? Still trying to... He got the set. He got the run back. He got the second set. But I think he's still really just trying to solve the very different play style that is being presented to him right now. All right, both players on loser's side. We got to reset. Then immediately throwing out a counter and thinking, oh, maybe Yoomoo will just run at me and try something now that we've reset to try to establish a lead. Yoomoo just did a little dash dance on the platform, watch the counter. Like, all right, cool.
Take your time. You don't need. That's the thing, right? Is a lot of these moves from Sephiroth are designed to like bait a whiff punish. Like they're laggy moves, but still you can get away with them on whiff. Especially against like Mario's ground speed is not the fastest. He's actually pretty quick for a plumber, right? But he's not fast enough to close the gap on a lot of these whiffs sometimes. And, like that's an important part of Sephiroth's game plan is knowing how you can get people to attempt to whiff punish you misguidedly. But here comes Yoomoo again.
Woo! He gets the back air, and that was all he could get out of that. He was content with it. Sephiroth at 81. Mario also right around 81. They're within a percent of each other. And they're both, at this point still, I feel like after how many games they've played against each other today, there's like the 10th or 11th, they're still kind of feeling each other out. Like
the first set was a 5-game set. The second set was a 5-game set. So yeah, we're maybe could find our way to game 15.
Was the first one 5?
Oh, it might have been 3-1.
Yeah, I think it might be 3-1. Yeah. But like, it's interesting that these two can play each other so much and still not have fleshed it out. Great catch by Yoomoo. Knowing about the rage scaling, as you mentioned, gets the down air, killing Sephiroth off the top. It's just so light.
Ned loves ripping that up smash on the invuln platform. Because, well, I mean, you see the range on it. It's half of Stadium 2.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Yoomoo doing his own tricky little, way to get to neutral get up, but Ned was ready for it the whole way through. He evens this game up. Oh, Yoomoo turned around. He got the wrong direction grab.
I think he expected a cross up on the down tilt.
Yeah,
I'm not sure if that actually does cross up.
It depends how close to the opponent you are. There's a few moves in the game with that property. And Ned plays a couple of them. Squirtle dash attack is the same way. Sometimes it just crosses you up. Yoomoo also is not a fan of playing late at night. Like, he asks a lot of times, like, how late is Blvd going to go before he attends anything? Because, playing at 1 a.m., not his favorite thing. And I don't blame him. It's hard, like, fatigue and stamina, that's all a thing in brackets.
It definitely is. And it is going to be past 1 a.m. by the time this set finishes up here, so... Ned, on the other hand, no stranger to playing long into the night, long bracket runs he is super familiar with. So that is at least one small advantage in Ned's corner in this reset finals.
Counter will connect, because Ned's going to make it back to stage. Now he's got that little bit of a lead.
Yoomoo did not care about those flares at all.
Not at all.
He's like, I just need to get this flood going. Damage is damage. Flood is forever.
Flood is stage control, more important than damage. But that stage control currently belonging to Sephiroth. Yoomoo barely making it back. He domes him, but he just can't quite get that flood. He can't find the right spacing. I thought Ned just never challenges Mario like that. Like, he's learned enough in his career. Then like, nope. Just let it rip, don't care.
Well, he's got the range here that he doesn't need to necessarily challenge it traditionally.
Throw, falling up air. He went from falling up air, nair fair. He almost had it.
Ooh.
And that's the DI thing part of that falling up air, nair fair thing. You cannot get hit by the neutral air. That's the thing.
Yeah.
When the neutral air connects, it becomes true. Oh, the fireball. It was there, and Yoomoo knew it was there. Oh, man, that down air would have maybe killed.
Max rage, probably. This is Sephiroth we're talking about. It killed earlier in the set, or in the winner's set, I think he killed way earlier. But on the other side of things, Ned, not going to fall victim to the shenanigans. Going to find that back air from center stage with that lead he built up so expertly with just, his fantastic spacing. Game one this is the first time in Grands that Ned has gotten the lead from the jump. Because in the first set, Yoomoo had the lead the entire time until game 5.
Yeah. And in the winner's final set, Yoomoo was up 2-0. So generally is played from ahead. So let's see how Yoomoo plays from a game behind. If he makes some adaptations, or who knows where his head's at right now. Could be a little bit fatigued from the length of the day. Could be a little bit fatigued from fighting Sephiroth, because this is a hard matchup for Mario. Like, you can just kind of tell, like, getting through that sword is not easy for this kind of stubby little man.
Right. It's not easy for a lot of characters. Mario's not alone in that regard, but at least when he gets in, he can make it count. As you see here. And that's what I mentioned again, right? The down air, and that's like almost the exact same situation. It's like 60-ish% where Mario landed that down air, but it just scales on the rage so much. And it particularly is vulnerable to killing a light character like Sephiroth of that spot. But oh, good fast fall straight down to get the forward air. Ned taking another good stock lead here in game number 2. Looking like a man who wants to win this tournament.
Shadow Flare, which, as we've seen from Yoomoo before, that's guaranteed damage most of the time. He just doesn't care about them much. So that time he will shield it. Back airs, Ned has been just figuring out that exact spacing where he kind of wants to lead these against Mario, where Mario, the character, can't do anything about them. So much mileage off of. Great new parry from Yoomoo. The down smash sending the wrong.
Yeah, that's tragic. He was actually too close to Sephiroth's body there.
Going for the flood. Not quite gonna get there. Goes for down throw, because from there he like couldn't do anything else.
No, there was really no other option. Forward throw wouldn't even come close to killing. Yeah, trying all sorts of stuff on this ledge, like to eat a jump with down air. Marthitis, Mario-itis, whatever you want to call it.
Just hasn't quite been able to get the stock to end. Oh, and he's gonna catch him with that up B into the corner. He's gonna catch below. You were gonna take a second to think, like, what the hell? That was a really good option from Ned to take like a massive lead now in this set. Now, even with that stock, he was still what I call the dreaded down a game, down a stock. Oh,
down 2 games.
Yeah, he did the up B to avoid what Ned did as a fake out, which was, I'm going to come at you because that arrow changes right at the end.
Yeah.
And he was pointing it down like, I'm going to try to end the stock right now. And then he just bit it back on the stage safely. And Yoomoo tried to up B over what he perceived as coming at him and couldn't quite make it back to ledge.
Considering the counter just meant that his double jump was, I think, forfeit.
Yes.
Yoomoo really was out of options. Almost out of games to give here. Well, actually, he is out of games to give here. One more and he's done, and Ned will be a champion of Ignition, which Ned could really use this win, although he did win Anime Magic over the weekend, like was mentioned. On the previous block I commentated, which is worth a healthy chunk of change, don't get me wrong. But Ned did have a disappointing performance at the Lost episode last week. I think getting 9th place?
He did. He had, he said some controller issues were a serious problem for him. But now getting back to his winning ways immediately with the 0 to death as he looks to put this away as soon as possible from his end of things. Still not having taken any damage, and Yoomoo...
it might be a fatigue thing, but okay, here comes Yoomoo. Oh, he found out how to fast fall.
Yeah, he did. That was obviously a missed input. And now it's just a rough spot to be in. Now he's just going to try to do something cool, just for the sake of it.
And okay, Ned going the wrong way anyway, but...
Yeah, but Ned now with a colossal lead. If down a game, down a stock is dreaded, then down 2 games, down 2 stocks is probably as dreaded as it gets.
Yeah, it's a tough spot to be in for Yoomoo, but we'll see. He's made comebacks come out of nothing before, but this would be a miracle.
Yes. He's still an excellent player, and Mario is still very explosive, so you never know that has to end his opponent, end this event.
And Ned standing still and then just walks forward slowly to jab. I think he knows how much control he's in this spot.
Oh, he absolutely does. Because it's one of those situations where if he were to somehow lose this game, like, all the momentum's gone. But Mario is 99%.
Okay,
with the falling up air, that would have been something I would have, given the circumstances, like to have seen a bit earlier in this set.
Well, the Flood's a sign of life here for Yoomoo.
Yes.
Getting the stock.
Falling back here from Ned. Yeah, Ned went for it. Yoomoo went to cape it. I think he was expecting the slightly faster one. But Ned going to take it with a fully charged neutral B of all things, as is...
If Yoomoo caped that, that would have killed him, right?
Yes, absolutely.
I would have made it one stock apiece. So, I mean, sure, lay it all on the line, might as well.
Yeah, that is going to do it for Ignition number 231, as Ned is your champion as he makes the run through losers after being knocked down there by Yoomoo.